a delicate golden wrapper, a crunchy wafer shell, a silky hazelnut cream center, and a single roasted hazelnut hidden at the very heart, all wrapped together in smooth milk chocolate and sprinkled with tiny hazelnut pieces. This small chocolate ball may look simple, but behind every single one lies a highly engineered manufacturing process designed to produce millions of perfectly identical chocolates every day. Before we step inside the factory, let's rewind for a moment. Ferrero Rocher first appeared in 1982, created by the Italian confectionery company Ferrero. Founded in 1946 by Pietro Ferrero, the company had already built global success with products like Nutella and Tic Tac. But Ferrero Rocher was different. The vision was simple yet ambitious: create a chocolate that felt premium, elegant, and unforgettable. Instead of a single texture, Ferrero engineers designed a chocolate built from multiple layers: crunchy wafer, smooth hazelnut cream, whole roasted hazelnut, milk chocolate coating, crushed hazelnut pieces, all wrapped in the now famous gold foil, symbolizing luxury. The result? A chocolate that quickly became a global favorite, especially during holidays and celebrations. Today, millions of Ferrero Rocher chocolates are produced every single day, but everything begins with one key ingredient: hazelnuts. Hazelnuts are the heart of Ferrero Rocher. In fact, Ferrero is one of the largest hazelnut buyers in the world, sourcing nuts primarily from countries like Turkey, Italy, Chile. During harvest season, specialized machines move through the orchards. When the hazelnuts are fully ripe, they naturally fall from the trees onto the ground. That's when the harvesting equipment begins its work. Powerful vacuum collection systems sweep across the orchard floor, pulling up hazelnuts along with leaves and small debris. The nuts are then filtered through onboard systems that separate soil, stones, and plant material. Once collected, the hazelnuts are loaded onto trucks and transported to processing facilities. Here, the real transformation begins. At the factory, the hazelnuts go through an extensive cleaning process. First, large mechanical separators remove leftover leaves, dust, and debris. Then, machines strip away the outer husk, revealing the hard shell underneath. Next comes the cracking stage. Powerful shelling machines apply precise pressure to crack the shells without damaging the nuts inside. The edible hazelnuts are then separated from shell fragments and sorted by size. Only the highest quality nuts move forward in the production process. Because in Ferrero Rocher, consistency is everything. Raw hazelnuts are good, but roasted hazelnuts, that's where the magic happens. The hazelnuts are transferred into industrial roasting ovens where carefully controlled heat brings out their natural oils and rich aroma. Roasting must be extremely precise. Too little heat and the flavor won't develop. Too much heat and the nuts can become bitter. So Ferrero roasts the nuts in carefully controlled batches, ensuring every nut reaches the perfect level of crunch and flavor. Once roasted, the nuts are quickly cooled to lock in their aroma. Then they are sorted again. Some are kept whole for the center of the chocolate. Others are sent to grinding machines. The outer surface of Ferrero Rocher is covered with tiny roasted hazelnut fragments. To make them, roasted nuts pass through precision grinding machines, but they can't be ground too finely. If the pieces become powder, they won't create the signature crunchy texture. Instead, machines chop the nuts into perfectly sized fragments that will later stick to the chocolate coating. These tiny pieces help give Ferrero Rocher its iconic rough texture and nutty flavor burst. Inside every Ferrero Rocher is a smooth hazelnut cream layer. This filling starts with roasted hazelnuts that are ground into a fine paste. The grinding process continues until the particles become extremely small, creating a silky texture. Next, several ingredients are added: sugar, cocoa powder, vegetable oils. These ingredients are blended in large mixers until they form a smooth, creamy paste. The mixture is then refined and homogenized to ensure the texture stays perfectly consistent. Finally, the finished hazelnut cream is stored in heated tanks. This keeps the mixture at a stable temperature so it stays smooth and pumpable. Ferrero Rocher's crispy wafer shell begins with a simple batter. The ingredients include wheat flour, sugar, vegetable fat, water, salt. These are mixed in large industrial mixers to create a smooth batter. The batter is then pumped into metal molds shaped like half spheres. These molds move through high-temperature ovens where the batter quickly bakes into thin, crispy wafers. Within minutes, the wafers become light, crunchy hemispheres. Two of these halves will later form the famous wafer ball shell. Now the assembly line begins. First, the wafer halves move along a conveyor system. Each half is filled with a portion of the hazelnut chocolate cream. Then a machine gently places one whole roasted hazelnut into the center. Not every wafer half receives a nut. Instead, the halves alternate. When two halves are later joined together, each chocolate ends up containing exactly one hazelnut core. The filled halves are then aligned and pressed together with incredible precision. This forms a complete wafer sphere with the hazelnut hidden inside. Next comes the chocolate coating stage. Large blocks of milk chocolate are melted in special kettles using a double boiler heating system. This gentle heating prevents the chocolate from burning while turning it into a smooth liquid. Once melted, the wafer spheres pass beneath a curtain of flowing chocolate. The liquid chocolate coats the entire surface, forming a smooth outer shell. Immediately afterward, the chocolates pass through a shower of chopped roasted hazelnuts. The nut fragments stick to the warm chocolate surface. A gentle vibration removes excess chocolate and ensures an even coating. This is what creates the signature Ferrero Rocher texture. After coating, the chocolates travel through a long, cooling tunnel. Inside, carefully controlled cold air gradually hardens the chocolate shell. This step locks the layers together and preserves the crispy wafer inside. When the chocolates exit the tunnel, the outer coating is fully solid. Now they are ready for their most recognizable feature, the gold wrapper. Each chocolate moves into the wrapping station. Here, machines carefully wrap every piece in thin golden foil. This wrapping is not only decorative, it also protects the chocolate during shipping and storage. Once wrapped, the chocolates are placed into their small brown paper cups, the crown-like base that Ferrero Rocher is known for. Finally, the chocolates are arranged into the clear plastic gift boxes seen in stores around the world. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Ferrero Rocher factory, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes looks.